Some players are saying that Saryn Prime is not meta right now, and she is obsolete because of the Helminth system and new Warframes stealing the spotlight. Hear this. They are saying that Saryn is a nobody right now since we have Thermal Sunder Garuda for the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, and the Warframe is a better nuke overall since she can regain constant energy, and the Thermal Sunder is just wicked when it comes to nuking enemies. In addition, her title as the Condition Overload Goddess is lost since Varuna has taken this title. Saryn was the only Warframe in the past that could pros multiple status, and players pair it with Legion to pros more status so that she can obliterate enemies with a Condition Overload setup. I agree that Varuna certainly took the title of Condition Overload Goddess, since one cast of an ability will pros multiple statuses in an instant, compared to Saryn, who most likely will need a weapon to proc more statuses. On the other hand, I disagree that she got overthrown by Thermal Sunder Garuda or even Thermal Sunder Harrow when it comes to nuking. First of all, Thermal Sunder is not a native ability to these Warframes, and mind you, this Helminth ability is more potent when used by the original Warframe, since Gauss can further increase the power of Thermal Sunder at 100% red line. There is another argument right now that it's very stupid to use Spores Saryn right now, as the corrosive damage doesn't make sense, given that we have lots of defense stripping ability in the game. Now let's be realistic here for a second. Imagine Thermal Sunder Garuda. Where would you put the defense stripping ability like Pillage when you already have Thermal Sunder in your build? The only time this is true is if you team up with a member that has defense stripping capability, or you are constantly using the Oneru focus just to prove the point that Thermal Sunder nuke is better right now since we now have defense stripping all the time. My point is, if you are a Thermal Sunder Garuda, then you always don't have access to armor and shield stripping unless using Oneru focus to manually strip enemy defenses crowd by crowd. Another argument is that Saryn has become obsolete because she is now a competitor in applying viral procs to a large area. Not just one competitor though, but every Warframe in the game can be Saryn's competitor, as Grendel's Nourish ability is subsumable through the Helminth system, and you can slap it also in your squishy Warframes, assuming that they won't die and proc the 10 viral procs every time. Honestly, I think players have a point that Nourish is better when it comes to applying viral, but still, I wouldn't say that this makes Saryn obsolete. During the last Warframe stats survey, Saryn Prime was in the top 5 most picked Warframe in the game, and I bet that she will still be somewhere at the top of Digital Extremes does a 2023 survey. Right now, I'm still enjoying the old but gold Gloom combo with this Warframe. The Subsume ability just makes this Warframe great when it comes to dealing with enemies while playing solo. Also, this is by far the best build when it comes to Duviri circuit, especially with all those random decrees that increase your overall power. Just a friendly tip though, always make sure that your Saryn Prime has a gun that can melt enemies, as you can't rely on her abilities most of the time for killing targets. It's cool to see Spore spreading to targets, but not against infested and corpus units with lots of shields. Well, fuck it. I tried my best to defend Saryn in this video but failed miserably. She is now an obsolete Warframe, lads, and better abuse Thermal Sunder Garuda. I'm just kidding. The truth is, I still find this Warframe pretty fun to play with, especially in Steel Path levels while farming prime parts, but I don't think that Saryn is meta right now. She's not the way I remembered her, honestly. The past Saryn was very useful, not just for leveling Sanctuary Onslaught, but also there was a time that Spores were so busted in a team composition in a long endurance runs. I must admit that I'm one of those players who were sad that Digital Extremes decided to change the damage type of Spores to corrosive when they have no plans of making some changes with the damage types at all, and instead making it close to being obsolete since they have included all this defense strip shenanigans in the game. Back in the days, Ash seeking Shuriken was busted, but Pillage brought a new level of overpowering to the game. If only Digital Extremes did not change the toxin damage of Spores, then we could see it works well with Saryn, as all we needed is defense stripping ability to subsume, or even use nuke weapons or beam weapons to strip the armor and shield of enemies. With status chance able to go beyond 100% now, it's also easy to strip both armor and shields enemies while using a weapon. Now, these are just my opinions. I would also like to know your thoughts right now about Saryn in general. As I have said, she is still a good and fun Warframe, but I think she is not meta right now. I would like to know your opinion on this. Let's discuss this in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. and I will see you in my next video. Squad leader signing off.